I was not always a follower of Christ, and I really didn't read my Bible, or I was like kind of a little pretend Christian. I would once in a while I'd go to church and I'd say I'd pray for you, and I'd let people think that I really knew the Lord, which I did not. And I moved up here, and when I had been very, very broke, one of my customers and friends had given me $5,000. And I told him at that time, I said, I don't know when I'll be able to pay you back, but I said, I will pay you back. This went on, and I got to Brighton. I was at a very hopeless point in my life. Went to different churches, and Orchard just kind of kept calling me, but I didn't want to be in a big church. So finally one day in December I went, and I didn't make it through the first service. I was crying. I had to run out, but I will tell you, I came back. So I did that, and then in January I was able to pay back my customer, and I took a card out there, a Christian card. He is not a believer, and I gave him a card with a $5,000 check, and I was so happy that I was able to return that. At the same time, Doug was preaching on finances, on tithing, and he gave us a 90-day tithe challenge. Well, I'd never tithed right, always gave what was left. I thought, you know what? God said, put me to the test. I'm going to put him to the test. So I decided I'm taking the tithe challenge. I had just gotten into the tithe challenge, and I had to go out and see my customer, and I see him reach over and pick up my card, and I'm like, what is he doing? And he opened up my card, took the card out, the envelope, and took the card out, reached in, got the check, reached into his drawer the whole time we're visiting, brings a pair of scissors out and cuts the check in half, $5,000. I busted out crying. I was like sobbing, and I could not believe he did that. And he went, no. He went, he thought he offended me. And I said, no. I said, it's just that I just took the tithe challenge, and I was like, I knew this was from God. Even though he wasn't a believer, God used a non-believer to bless me. And Doug was talking about being blessable. And that whole time I was overwhelmed, because now I know from spending time with him and from the challenge that what God said is true. And if I could tell you one thing, it would be that the Bible is true, God's word is true, his promise is true, and he loves us so much, and he wants to bless us. In fact, I think when he does bless us, I think it tickles him. I think you feel an overwhelmingness of joy from God, that he is like so pleased that we were obedient, we trusted him, and we're faithful.